Hello everybody, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. Let me just go see that we went live. I am so excited about tonight. So when you get in, if you would give me a heart or something so that I know, say hello, tell me where you're from, so I know people are arriving. We'll give it just a minute here to get going. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Beth Ann. Hi, Jackie from Pittsburgh. Beth Ann, I've been seeing Philadelphia on the news here. What's going on? I think it was Philadelphia. Helicopters falling out of the sky. Not quite sure. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Laura. Okay, so hi, Anna. And there's Mary Jo. Great. Okay, we're getting kind of adjusted here, so let's get going. And people can join as they want to. I'm going to try to go as quick as I can because we are doing 4 cards. But this is kind of a fun little recipe. So real quick, let's run through. I'm not going to do all the long announcements. I do have a newsletter that I send out every so often with updates from the company. So if you're interested in that or any projects that I have, please sign up for my newsletter. If you do it from a mobile device, it is harder to do. So you might want to go to a computer or a laptop. But yeah, so that's it. I guess that was all. Are you guys loving the mini catalog and celebrations? Okay, so I am. I'm actually, today I was supposed to do some videotaping and it didn't work out for me to get some videos done. I wanted to kind of get some quickie little videos done for you guys because there's so much. There's so much during celebration and I just cannot wait. I have all these ideas. For some reason, I cannot get it all down and get it videotaped all at once. But if you are new tonight, please say hello. Tell us where you're from. There's a great group of people that follow me and are very friendly, so you guys can get to know each other. But if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like me to be your demonstrator, I would be happy to get these catalogs out to you. And you want to get them kind of like now because it's only 2 months. The celebration goes on January 4th through the 28th of February. So you're going to definitely want to race for them. Also, I want to leave this open because we're going to be using some stuff from the annual catalog. So I just want to put a plug out for my Piccadilly Pingo. This is fun. I've got... Last I checked, I need to check again tonight, I've got 5 spaces left. So I only had 12 to begin with, and they're kind of going quicker than I thought. So if you are interested in that, I have links here on my Facebook wall. And of course, I'll be sending another email out tomorrow. All right, and then what else do we got here? Oh, I've got a surprise one back here, but that's for later. Also, right now during celebration, if you're interested in joining, on top of the already wonderful kit that you get to pick to stock your stamp room, you can get 2 extra stamp sets. So for $99, you're getting $125 worth of items and up to an extra $65 on top of that, with depending on how expensive those stamp sets are. So I'm going to save the last announcement for later because it's kind of my big one. But let's go on. So this is something I meant to do with you guys prior to the new catalog release. So everything is set up with the Expressions in Ink paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper. You'll find it in our annual catalog. It is a specialty paper because it has gold foil on some of the sides of it. So it is a $15 paper. It's a 12 by 12. You can find that on page 131 of the annual catalog. Let's get going. Okay, move this stuff out of the way. So I chose, I think it's really pretty. It does have the foil on one side. I chose this side for today because I just love the color combination. And actually I'm going to just start with this to begin. So we're going to take, it is a 12 by 12. I've cut it down to 6 by 6. And we are going to take our Stampin' trimmer. This is the best little thing ever. And we're going to start cutting this down. Now, since I don't have Bill with me here in the evening hours on Wednesdays anymore, I am not able to read content while I'm working. So what I'm going to ask is my Stampin' sisters who are joining in, if you see somebody who has a question and you know the answer, will you please answer it for them? I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to start 6 by 6, and I'm going to make the first cut on this piece of paper at 3 inches. So this does have a score tool. It's the lighter colored one, and then it has a cutting tool. So at 3 inches, I'm going to hold this down and cut. We're going to set this one aside and just work with the 3-inch piece. I'm going to cut all of these cuts at once, but don't worry. You'll be able to follow along here, and I have a special for tonight. So I'm going to cut this at 3. So the first piece is cut 3 by 3. Then I'm going to take this remaining piece and I'm just going to cut this. It's already at 3 inches. So I'm just going to cut it 3 times at 1 inch. So 1, 2, and I definitely think for precision when I'm cutting on these, I definitely like, oops, that moved. I definitely like using a trimmer. Okay. And 3. Okay. So I have the 3 pieces, and I want to make sure that I got that I did. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside. Then I'm going to bring back in the 3 by 6 that's left over, and we're going to go ahead and cut this down at 1.5. Let's see, do I want it this way? I kind of want it this way. 1, that's 1 1/4, 1.5. Measure twice, cut once, right? So if you have any crafty friends who may want to join us, tag them in here. All right, I'm going to put this one off to the side. I'm going to, still using this piece that was cut at 1.5, I'm going to cut this down to 5.5. It was a 6 piece, a 6-inch piece. Cut that down. Now this little piece, it's served a good life. I'm going to say goodbye. And we're going to put this one to the side. Okay. Then with this remaining piece, I'm going to cut these into 1.5 inch. 1.5. The remaining piece was 1.5 already, and I'm going to cut it into 1.5 inch pieces. So 1, oh, that just ripped off my nail. 2, 3, 2, 3. And so now I'm going to have 4 pieces here. So I'm going to set this aside. Now this is all that we're going to be using. Oh boy, I really ripped that nail up. This is all that we're going to be using the trimmer for, because I have pre-cut all of the bases. So I'm going to start here with just showing you the color bases. I have got a mint macaron. So pretty. The colors I chose were what was within the paper. And I'll burnish that down. Mint macaron. The magenta. I haven't used magenta in a while. When it first came out, I was just all over it. But then this year, the polished pink came out, and I think I kind of liked it a little bit more. Of course, with this paper, this one goes very beautifully. So, evening evergreen base. So you can see how these match up beautifully with this paper. And then this is like my newest favorite is the pale papaya. I didn't think I could like a light orange. I thought that would be kind of a weird, but it comes off as this really cool peach, and I love it. Okay, so I've got those. So let's just start with the Evening Evergreen base here, and I have a pre-cut piece of cardstock. I'm going to just pull this out. A pre-cut piece of cardstock at 3 1/4 by 4. You guys are just going to have to trust me. This is really easy, right? Because that's going to go right there. So, and actually, you know what, guys? I just realized, well, we'll come back, maybe. I just realized I'm missing my stamp set. Now, I have seen where I have been missing some things before, but not the actual stamp set. I chose to do the special moment stamp set with this. This is a celebration item. For every $100 that you purchase, whether it's in the annual catalog or the mini catalog, or even off of the clearance rack, quite honestly, any current product that you purchase will give you, every $50 will give you a chance at a celebration item. Whereas with this would have been a $100 purchase to get, which with Stampin' Up, let's face it, ladies, it does not take, and gentlemen, because I know at least Bill's on here, that long to get that much up there. So let's get this, and let me grab a block here, and I am at a loss as to where let's see, what do we want? We could make this a birthday card. I'm thinking this is awesome too. Oh, fabulous. Let's do from this one just a card to say you're amazing, okay? So I'm gonna stick that on, and then this is a photopolymer, so I do want my little stampy pad if I can find it quickly. Apparently I cannot. Really, really tonight, of all nights, this is when this happens to me. Okay, so we'll just stamp down. You don't have to have it. It does add a nice cush, but I'm going to give it a moment to transfer that ink. Just a card to say you're amazing. So this is actually my favoriteest stamp set in the celebration catalog. I wish it was a regular line, and when they sell out, they're just gonna be gone. So I absolutely adore this set. I suggest everyone earn it for free because it's awesome. Okay, so I've got that on there. And then we'll take this. Now this was really easy, right, for this card? Maybe I like this side. I like this side better. And we're going to kind of evenly place this right here, right? So super easy, especially when you're wanting to create some cards to just have on hand. Love that. Just by itself, it's amazing. But let's add. So I have pre-made, just for this situation, I went ahead and pre-made, because it takes me a while, some baker's twine. I used the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and I use the white. And I pre-made a bunch of these bows so I don't have to take the time here to show you. Although this one looks like it's going to be falling apart. So we'll use that one last. But I wanted them to have a couple of, I guess this one has 3, which will work just fine. And I'm going to use a dimensional. And I'm going to put this down here, kind of center it. On here. So I've just got a little bit of color brought down at the bottom. And then I also want to use some of the Elegant Faceted Gems. So let's see, I think I'm going to go with the larger white ones. These are some of my absolute favorite gems that we had in the annual catalog. I just love them. So there we go. Okay, we've got one card down. I'll bring that back in the end. Let's keep going. The next one, let's pick another simple one. So I'll take this one. And this is a 1 5/8 by 5.5 piece of Evening Evergreen cardstock. And then this should fit right on top with just like a little 1/8 inch border. And maybe not. Yeah, it does. So, thought maybe I cut it wrong. I think maybe I'll just slow down a little bit because I'm rushing, because I know I try to only do like a half an hour of your time at night, because I hate to take your time away from your families and stuff too. I do appreciate you coming and watching, but I know how important it is to be relaxing after a hard day's work and then to be with your family. So this gives it just a little bit of a border here. And I want to take this with the mint macaron. And so the reason why I swapped it out here is because I wanted to have that little bit of a dark border. I wanted to have more of this color where the magenta color showing than the peach on this particular one. So that's why I did that. So we're going to go ahead and add this to our card base. And I'm just going to have it over to the side. I have it on the left-hand side. Very, very pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Again, it just matches nicely. And I have a piece of 2 by 1.5 of basic white cardstock. And let's see, what do we have that will fit on this? This would. This says, where would I be without a friend like you? So I think this one will fit nicely. That's the other thing I like about this stamp set is it has, look at the font. It has, for someone who is wonderful in each and every way, thinking of you, happy birthday, thanks, good luck, hello sunshine, best wishes, hang in there, with sympathy, just a card to say you're amazing, thanks for brightening my day. Isn't that just a gorgeous stamp set? So, and I love doing cards that have just DSP and a sentiment. They're some of my favorite. Now, you could dress these up any way you wanted to. You could add, you know, 3D elements to it. I'm going to go ahead and have the 2-inch side be on the flat surface here. Hopefully I may need to stand up so that this gets on the camera and even. So here we go. There we go. Okay. Ah, awesome. Isn't that awesome? I love it. This is so simple. So for a new stamper or even a casual stamper or even those avid stampers, I know that you could take the basic formula that I have going here and you would be able to do some more embellishments to it, or you can step it up a notch. For those who are just starting, this is perfect because the recipe is so easy. So I'm going to take this and I think I'm going to do maybe like the lower spot, just overlapping there. Let's take out one of our bows. I don't know if this one's going to make it. I might have to retie this. We'll take out one. Let me see if I just do one more knot in here, if it will. It looks like it was a little flimsy. There we go. That looks much better. Okay, I like this one because it's got quite a few of these. So I'm going to take a glue dot again, and I'm going to stick this probably just right kind of centered of that underneath. Now, I'm hoping that this is giving a bunch of you, and I know I've seen some customers on here tonight, I've seen some friends on here tonight. I hope this is giving you a bunch of ideas of what you could, I don't know why I threw the glue dots away, of what you can do. And I think on this one, because I do have some of the pink elements, let's see what this looks like. I don't know if I like it as much. Let me check out what just clear does. I'm going to do a little clear one here, and then I'll take two little clear ones here. And you can play around and see. I think the other one I did do pink, but okay, so simple. There it is. We got 2 cards done. I'm not doing too bad, right? I'm not going to keep you too late. Okay, the next one. Let's do this one. This is the Pale Papaya. And let's see. Let's do a Just Jade matte. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I am going to take these pieces now. Now let's see how I want to arrange this, because I should have, I think I'm going to go right in order because I think this will look really good. Just right in order. Yeah, I think I like that. So you wouldn't have to. I just am choosing to. It's creator's choice. And we're going to glue this down, leaving a little bit of space in between each one. The first one I always think sets the mood. So, and I don't know why, but for me, when I'm spacing things, this is why I use the liquid glue, is because when I'm spacing things, it gives me a minute to turn it, to move it around if I need to. But if I have it facing to the side, I feel like I see better than if it's this way. Have you guys noticed that have been following me for a while? I always turn it to the side. It's me. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Have you guys ever noticed that I always use a bigger block on those smaller stamps? I like to be able to see through the block where I am stamping it. And that's why I do that. Okay, so I'm leaving about the same amount of space in between here. And this paper is absolutely beautiful. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, I could have used, and I hate to not use the foiled side, but I love that it has this beautiful pattern on this side, so that's why I chose it. This also can be done with other papers, not just this paper. This was just what I had originally set up, like I said, before Celebration started. And I wanted to show you because I think this is fabulous. So now I've used that liquid glue to kind of move those in place so that they match. I love it. So we need a sentiment on the bottom of this one. So let's just clean our stamp from last time. And I think I will do the happy birthday on this one just because we need a long stamp instead of something. Where did this one come from? Right here. Okay, so although I do like this one, I think that's too tight for the space. Let's see, that's hanging there. Here's the happy birthday. Do we like that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fits perfectly. So now on this, if I use a larger block, when I turn it over, instead of having it so close, I can see where that paper is, and that is just why I do that. Okay, so I've got that down. This is a brand new host code I have there, and I would appreciate if you are placing orders for any products that you see tonight that you use that host code. I will post a link if you're watching this. I'm going to stand up later on YouTube that you can get to my online store. If you're watching me here now on Facebook, you can click the Shop Now button. Okay, I'm going to just give that a minute to transfer. I love that. I kind of like that retro style font. Isn't that just marvelous? And the fact that they have different fonts, like the Amazing was kind of a type, but then this is kind of that retro, and they have different styles. And I love when they mix script with text. I think that's beautiful. So now look at this. Now I pop this on here. Does that not come to life? It just absolutely does come to life. I love it. Now I could have done, and I did on the other one, I could have done this moved over to the side and then have the bow off to the side. But I think on this one, I'm just going to glue this down. On my original one, I did have a bow that I tried out. But I think on this one, I'm going to just glue this down. Kind of center perfect, I think. So, like what I was trying to say was originally I had one that was kind of off to the side here. You could do that if you wanted to, but I think I'm just going to do kind of center perfect with this one. And then let's bring in these. And I don't know what one I want to use. Do I want to use the... I could do that. Let me see the clear. There we go. I'm going to do the smaller of the kind of, I don't know, pearled. Are these kind of pearled? There we go. Now, if I would have moved it over, I think that would have had more area to put that on because that's what I originally had. But, you know, you go with the flow, right? Okay, so that's number 3. So now we're on to number 4, and I'm at 30 minutes, so I'm not doing too bad. I'm going to relax a little bit. Let's clean off our last stamp. And I need something that is going to fit. This is the same measurement as the last piece of white. It's a 2 by 1.5 inch piece, and I needed 2 of them, but I kept it the same so it would just be easy in the recipe. So we need a different saying on this one. Let's put the happy birthday away, and let's see. I couldn't wait for a special occasion. That's kind of neat. Let's see. And that will fit just perfectly. Okay, so that's what I've determined I want. These can be made up ahead of time, and actually because they're such simple stamping ones, you could I mean, you could have this. This could be a thinking of you, whatever fits into that area. Or these ones that have more of a, you know, they're on top of each other wording. You could have some of this stuff kind of setting aside and ready to go so that you could just stamp what you needed, an in sympathy or a happy birthday or a thank you or whatever. But this one I think has a cute little saying. So we'll start there. And I'm just going to do that. I'm just using Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And then I will give that a moment to just transfer since I don't have my little cushy pad. Like I said, you don't need the pad, but boy, the Stampin' Pierce mat sure does make a difference when you are stamping with photopolymer stamps, because they don't have, in fact, let me just show you, they don't have the cushion that the red rubber stamps has a cushion behind. So when you have that, it gives a little bit of cushion when you're stamping it. Okay, I have a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of Evening Evergreen that is perfect for these 4 little images. So let me lay this out here real quick and see how I want it. Do I want them, well, that doesn't match and that doesn't match, so there, that does. I don't necessarily know that I want them to match. I just, yeah, I kind of do. So when I see it, I kind of do. But you don't necessarily have to. You could have them be kind of like they're just some groovy colors. Did I say groovy? I really did, didn't I? See, so they wouldn't necessarily have to. And I'm going to do that. Just lay them out however you want. Again, I think the first one is the one that kind of sets the place for your gluing. So I'm going to, this Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue is pretty tacky, and that's why I like it, because it gives me a minute to move it around if I need to, like that. Okay, because I'm going to leave a small little border. And I think I'm going to actually push it just another little hair, if it'll let me. But I also think that in humid climates, it sticks very well, so that, there we go, so that they don't peel up. I mean, I hate it. I have some friends of mine who save all their projects, and I hate for them to have to have my project peel up on them, you know. Or even for, you know, when you're doing memory keeping, if you're a memory keeper. You know, I wish I was. I'm definitely a card maker out of anything, cards and boxes. But I wish I was more of a memory keeper, because I feel like I have a lot of memories that I need to get down, and I always think, what happened on that trip? But for some reason, I'm not as much into it. But everybody has their own paper crafting abilities. Okay, don't worry about this not being perfect, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, and I'm going to turn this card. I've had all the other cards facing up. I'm going to turn this one to the side just for a little bit of difference. And I am going to lay this one down here, kind of centered this way. And I am not going to be too hard on myself for not getting those perfectly even on camera. I am going to go ahead and pop this up again. I do like popping up the sentiments. I try very hard to not do too much because I like stuff to go through the mail and fly nice and easily on one stamp through postage. But I'm going to take this. Now you could do however you wanted to. I think I'm going to take this and just kind of go off to the side here. And then I'm going to take another one of these little bows that I have here and pull down another glue dot. So I already had this figured out ahead of time. Most people who get your cards or your creations, whether, because I do have a treat holder for Valentine's coming up. Let me mess around with that just a little bit. And that is very simple. Okay, we'll put this back away. And then let's pull in these. Now, where should we put them? I think on this one, I am going to do this. I'm going to put it right here on the side. I very rarely do 3 because I can't get them straight, but I'm going to try tonight. Let's just see. I usually keep 2. Whoops, there we go. Let's see. Ah, look at that. Finally. Okay, so there was 4 cards. Very quick cards, very pretty cards, all made within about 35 minutes with you guys. That's actually 30 minutes. I'm going to say 30. Out of one 6x6 DSP, and the only waste that there was on that 6x6 was this piece. Now, are you dying to get your hand on the recipe? So, tonight only, I am going to have like a 24-hour flash sale. So between 8 p.m. tonight and 8 p.m. tomorrow time, Central Time, if you place a $35 order, and for those of you who are new to me, 35 is kind of the magical mark to get a Piccadilly Perks reward. A Perks reward is when you have acquired $35 purchases and you get to 10 of them, you get a $25 stamping spree on me, but you have to do like $35 per time. So like if you have a $35 purchase, that's going to be 1 reward. But if you have a $70 purchase, that's going to be 2 rewards. So every $35 purchase. So tonight, if you make a $35 purchase at my online store for any products that you see that I did tonight, or anything that's current in the catalog or on the clearance rack, I will give you the PDF instruction. It's all been wrote out. Like, I'll even show you. It's got pictures and everything. It's all been wrote out, what size measurements you need and everything. I will give that to you for free, plus you'll earn 1 Perks reward and be enrolled on my customer list. And remember, if you get to 50, especially if you're new, if you get to 50, you get 1 celebration item. If you get to 100, you can have 2 celebration items out of the catalog. Do I have the catalog right here? Out of the catalog. There are stamp sets, there's beautiful paper, there's all kinds of things. But just remember to read on here, like this paper. This is $50 item, because once you get back here, you hit $100 items, and this falls on this page. It's a $100 item for this stamp set. But it is so awesome, and you can only get it that way. So place a order with me. You get a perk reward for a $25 shopping spree with me, plus shipping and tax. Place a $50, you get 1 celebration reward. Share my video to your wall. Your name gets put into a drawing for next week, because we're going to be giving away these cards, or not next week, on Friday when I come back with a live with Bill. Use my host code if your order is under 150. I would definitely appreciate that. And I cannot wait. The other thing is, For all of my pearls, the people who have joined my team, my Piccadilly pearls, you're getting this information for free. I will be emailing it to you just for being on my team. So you'll get the recipe and you can take it from there. All right, you guys, I certainly appreciate you allowing me to come into your home every week. I'm here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And so I'll be back next Wednesday. And if you want to get into the drawing, you have to come Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And me and my husband will do another demonstration for you guys. So have a great evening. Enjoy the special. And I will see you on Friday. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.